Joining me now is our senior hockey reporter, Frank Seravalli. And Frank, before we talk about the logistics, let's talk about the deal itself. How were they able to get this done?
Well, Dutch, this has been in the works for weeks, and time was really of the essence. If you wanted to play on January 13th, or at least give yourself a realistic shot to start and drop the puck on January 13th, it needed to get done this week, and it needed to be voted on by this weekend, and it certainly seems like we're trending towards that with a Board of Governors vote likely coming over the weekend.
So how is this all going to work, Frank? I think most Canadians want to know. Will there be a Canadian division?
That remains to be seen. I think everyone wants to see the all-Canadian division, all those teams playing each other 9 or 10 times apiece. I mean, the theater would be fantastic, but there's a bunch of hurdles to get over first, and that involves cooperation with the provincial health authorities. The NHL and its 7 Canadian teams have been going back and forth, changing the language on the protocols throughout the week for a number of days now, trying to hammer this out and get the all clear from the provincial health authorities. They haven't gotten that yet. And so what the players have been talking about and what's been presented to them is the idea of if that can't happen and the provincial health authorities won't sign off, then they would likely need to play a hub city in Edmonton once again. That's been the hub city for everything, World Juniors, the return to play over the summer, and now potentially this all-Canadian division. And if that doesn't work out and that won't suffice, well then the other option, which no one wants to see, would be to move all 7 Canadian teams south of the border for the season. The NHL remains optimistic that they can get something done, even hopefully by Monday. And it seemed like there was some progress made on Friday, but we'll see if they're going to get that cooperation.
Now, you also mentioned January the 13th is the tentative start date, but that is a fluid date. Do you think they'll be close to that?
I think they will be. They're not going to be beholden to it, though, and that's the one thing that came out this week. They'd love to start on January 13th with a triple header in the U.S., the Tampa Bay Lightning raising their banner to the rafters after their Stanley Cup win. But if it means pushing things back a week or even 2 weeks, potentially close to February 1st, I think they have enough runway to get in that 56-game season. But still, they'd like to leave as much buffer if they can, if they need to cancel games because of a COVID outbreak here or there. And the more time you can give yourself on the front end potentially gives you some more flexibility on the back end. But this is going to be a mad dash, Dutch, for players to get to their home cities. You're dealing with quarantines, you're dealing with the holidays. Some players are already in their city. Some players were trying to drag it out and spend a Christmas at home, a chance that they really haven't gotten before or in quite a long time. So there's going to be a mad sprint to some of these cities.
Yep, and no exhibition games. They're going to go right to the action itself. Frank, thanks very much for this. Happy holidays, my friend, to you and your